Very good evening to one and all. We will just start the session in the next 1 minute or so. As I already informed you, from today onwards, I'll just take like half an hour session around 9:10 we will wind up, because I know that it's getting late for most of you. And the second thing is, it is advisable to go slow when you're especially talking about the tools. And digital marketing is all about trying to identify what are the tools that are useful to you and pick up the best performing tools and start using them. It's like a hidden treasure. You need to find out like which tools will satisfy your need, and you need to use them in order to be successful. So exactly 8:32 we will start. I'm just waiting for a few more to join. Whatever it is, 8:32 sharp we will start. So very good evening to one and all. So in today's class, we are going to learn about, once your website is there and you have actually kept in a lot of content on your website, it's time to drive traffic. You need to identify that if traffic comes to your website and you are able to tap the right traffic, then you will have lot of brand improvement on the social media platform. So in order to improve your brand awareness on the social media platform, you need to use something called as social sharing buttons. As you can see here, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, probably Telegram, Twitter, and this is WhatsApp. As you can see, these are the icons which are visible. However, if my customers do not have accounts on any of them, however, they have some other social sharing things, then they can click here and you see lot of social sharing options here. That is the beauty of social sharing feature, or the tool that we recently downloaded. If you have attended my day before yesterday's class, that was on Monday, I have downloaded a plugin called as Sasi Social Share. So this is a free WordPress plugin, and when you download it, so you have these many options. You can allow your visitors to share your content to their audience, and that is the beauty of digital marketing. So you're actually trying to reach out to extended audience of your network. I repeat it again, you're trying to reach to the extended audience of your network. So for example, you people join me on my Facebook, and this is, say for example, your website, and I just stumbled upon your website and I found this content is very useful. I want to promote this banner, okay? SEMrush. So what I'll do, I'll simply go to Facebook and click on it. The moment I click here, you can clearly see that you can promote SEMrush, and when people click here, and if I simply say post, okay, I write something. SEMrush is a great tool which will help you to identify and analyze your competitor and do a great keyword research so that you get the best of your traffic. So people who are into digital marketing are in millions. And imagine if your traffic has even like hundreds of them, you will make a lot of revenue out of it by promoting this SEMrush. And once you go down, you can see that you have this option. When you click it on Facebook, you have the option here where you can simply say share to Facebook. So you can simply, by clicking the button, you can actually share it here. But I don't want to do it right now, because I just wanted to let you know that, this is the way that you can always do it. So for example, when I actually click here, it will be reaching my network. I am on your Facebook friends contact list, and this is your website. I visited your website, I liked it, and I simply share it. So this way I am reaching out to all the 3,000 contacts I have with this banner, and imagine what kind of an impact it can do. And I'm just one out of your 1,000 contacts. Imagine out of your 1,000 contacts, if 400 or 300 people do the same thing, and if they're sharing it, imagine it's reaching out to their extended network, then you can actually reach out to a lot of people and generate traffic. Don't you think this is an awesome technique? This is one of the awesome techniques through which website owners drive traffic. If you don't know digital marketing, you'll probably buy a website and write content. But the tools are the game changers. If you need to get traffic and you want to make money out of it, and you want to ensure that you sell, promote products, then this is a great way of promoting. Similarly, you can share it on LinkedIn, you can share it on Instagram. So you have multiple options. You just click it, and this is going to drive traffic to your homepage by clicking share in a post. Or you can also share it privately, because LinkedIn is a professional network and generally does not encourage advertising. So whatever it is, you can actually share it on your WhatsApp to your WhatsApp contacts. So you can, when you click the WhatsApp here, it will take you to the WhatsApp web app, and you need to scan the code by switching on the WhatsApp web app on your mobile, and thereby you can actually reach out to your extended network. And when you reach your network, then the person whose website it is, they'll get a lot of shares, likes, and recognition for the hard work they've put in. So now let us understand how to actually get them. What are the shapes of these buttons? They are all in square shapes, right? So you can also customize your buttons by having a round shape or a square shape. So we're also going to learn about it in today's session. So I believe I am on the, am I on the admin page? Oh, okay. Let me log into the admin page. So somebody asked me, like, your page is different than my page, how is it? So when you log into WordPress, then that is when you reach this admin. When you see this admin, this is the admin page. And now I'm already in the admin dashboard. And this particular page is called as WordPress dashboard. Now when you log on to the WordPress dashboard, you find this something called as Sassy Social Share. Click on it. The moment you click on it, you can see here that there is a theme selection option. In the theme selection option, you have the shapes: round shape, square shape, or a rectangle shape. And this is a preview. See here, it's a round shape, so it's showing in round shape. And if I put a square shape, it will immediately change to square shape. And if you are actually putting a rectangle, then it becomes a rectangular shape. So I generally prefer a round shape, so I've just mentioned it as a round shape. And if I go down, it can give you the size of the pixel. If you want them to be large, they can be large, but the default measurement is 35 pixel. And once you go down, okay, you can probably check this out. So this is how it is. So where do you want it to be displayed, which shape it has to be? So all these things is actually given here. The moment you click as save changes, the shape will change to a round shape. So that is how it is. So wherever you want to save it, you can just simply save it. Now I'll just show you that the one that I used is actually a floating banner. What is the difference between standard interface? I have a post and I have a fixed content. The Facebook pay button or any other button is a fixed button there. When it is a fixed button, we call it as a standard interface. And when we call it as a floating, when it also floats along with your content. I'll show you the difference. Now, if you go here, you visit site, you see that these buttons are there, right? They will only remain here. That is standard, this thing. Now, when you talk about floating this thing, when I scroll it down, they will also scroll down. Observe them. Aren't they scrolling down? So that's why they are called as a floating button. That's why they are called as floating button, and they will be suddenly coming, kind of. So you can just check it out how that works. So what is the difference between standard and what is the difference between floating? I'll just show you with live demonstration. So go to Sassy Social Share, and once you go there, okay, you can go to this standard interface. Okay, here is where you can select what all you want. Say for example, I just want only Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Then I wanted Instagram. I'll remove Reddit. I'll remove Pinterest. I'll just keep WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So whichever one you want it, you can probably take it. And you want it to be on the left side, and you want bottom of the content or top of the content. So where do you want to actually place them? You can actually decide here. See, for example, here is the placement. Do I want it on my home page or do I want it in my post page? So I've put it as my post page. That means in my post page, I will be seeing whether at the top of the content or at the bottom of the content. So that I need to just take a clarity. So for example, if I say bottom of the content and in my posts page, so I just go here, I'll say save changes. The moment I say save changes, it is saved. And now if I visit my site, so these are my pages, guys. If you look at it, these are all my pages: home page, personality. My posts are mentioned in the blog posts. So if I go, I just click new things in digital. So probably if I look up to any of the posts, 1 minute. You can see the social sharing buttons at the bottom. After my post is over, there is a social sharing button. There are multiple tools that I use. Generally, I don't want it to be here because I've used another tool here which also gives them the option to share it on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus or whatever it is. So since I already have something else, so I didn't wanted this thing to be here. So I can always remove it, or now if I want it to be on the top of the content, say here before this best smartphones, here I want it. So then what I'll just go here, I'll go to the dashboard, I will select SESI social share, and I will simply go to the standard interface, and simply I'll go there and say that I want it to the top of the content, not bottom of the content. And you need to ensure that you need to hit the save button after you do this. And when you say save changes, you can simply go there and visit your site. And when you visit your site, you see that in the blog posts where you have written content about different articles and all, you open any one post and you see it present at the top of the content. So how do you change the placement? How do you play with the placement of it? Okay, so that is what it is there. So imagine one thing, guys, when a person is visiting my website, here he can share it. Here he has an option to share it. And if I put it even in the bottom where he can actually do it. So if you have multiple sharing options, then there is every possibility of him clicking somewhere or the other and ensuring that your content is reaching his network audience. And when that happens, more visitors will come to your website. And when you have more visitors coming to your website, probably you will get an opportunity to do more sales or create a more branding for yourself. So that is the beauty of SESI social share. Now, the next important thing that you need to understand is, now I also want to actually use the floating one. I've just checked the standard one. I have checked where I need to do the basic theme selection, standard interface. Now I want to go for floating interface. Now if I go to the floating interface, and when I go here, see what will happen. I have enabled a floating sharing here. And this is what is there: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you have Telegram, Twitter, and WhatsApp. So which one to use? Many people will ask me, sir, which one should I use while I am actually using in my website? I suggest you to use this commonly used thing, because today people are largely using Facebook. You have 3 billion users on Facebook. LinkedIn is a professional network. That means you will find generally the student community on Facebook and generally the professional community active on LinkedIn. So these people will be working employees, employers, digital coaches, like freelancers. They do trainings, they sell products, they're digital marketers. So you find all of them on LinkedIn. And Instagram is used for marketing these days. People will just upload their pics, videos, or whatever it is, and they get lot of likes because Instagram, you can only use pictures to do the posting. And Telegram is actually a messaging tool like WhatsApp. And Telegram and WhatsApp are the most powerful because, tell me guys, if I send an email invitation to you, hi guys, I'm planning to do a free digital marketing course for 45 days or 30 days, and you have been shortlisted, and I'm conducting a session today evening. There is only 5% chances. That means if I'm sending this mail to 100 people, only 5% of the people, that is 5 people, might check their email on the same day and attend my class. However, if I'm sending the same message to people using Telegram or WhatsApp, which is commonly used, it is called as messenger marketing. When you're using these messengers or for messages reach is 10%. Out of 100 people, I can increase the traffic. More people can be reached fastest at a faster speed. So I give you an example. You take the example of yourself. When somebody sends you a message, the tendency to you check it is very high when compared to you logging into your Yahoo or Gmail or something and then checking it. So that is where messenger marketing will come into picture, and it is dominating the email marketing. Compared to email marketing or Facebook or social media marketing, messenger tools are very important, and if you're doing messenger marketing, that's a great way of reaching out to your target. Okay, so this is how it is. So if I want to do any changes, I can simply do it. I wanted it at the left side, so the moment you logged in, it was a floating thing that was coming, and I wanted it to be everywhere. See, here I can remove it. I want only on my home page. I don't want on my posts. I don't want it on my other pages. I have removed it. Okay, and then I simply go and I say save changes. Now, if you look at it, here I go, I say visit site. I can see on my home page. This is my home page. Okay. Now, if I go to any other pages, it has disappeared. It has disappeared. My blogs. But I don't want to do that, guys, because people might check any content and they should have access to share it on their network. So this is what I meant by social sharing options. If you remember in my second or third class on SEO basics, a website is ranked high on Google and will increase the SEO, search engine optimization. The more are the likely chances that Google will recognize your website when more people will watch your content. And to get more people onto your content, you need to give your visitors the option to share the content. When you know something is great with you, you need to ensure that the great thing has to be given to people around so that they also taste it and have the taste of it. Okay, so for now, I wanted to ensure that this is displayed everywhere on my home page, my post page, as well as all the pages of my website, and probably I'll resave it. Am I going too fast, guys? Anybody can unmute and tell me if I'm going too fast. Hope you're all understanding what I'm trying to communicate.
No, sir, it's fine.
Okay, great. Because the second thing is this videos, I'm going to upload it on my channel so you people can always check it out so that it will be like a repetition session for you in case you're stuck up sometime when you're doing any real-time project. Okay. So the next
YouTube channel.
Yes.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's Funny Kiran Patnaikuni. There is a YouTube channel where I actually upload all the content that I teach. So all the webinars that we have done so far, they are available here. Just because you asked me this question, I wanted to show you. Here is my channel where I have uploaded close to 100 videos. But I don't like to deviate, so I'll just show you. This is where it is. Funny Kiran Patnaikuni is my YouTube channel. And when you go to the channel, you have at least some 50 odd videos on digital marketing. So these are the webinars we recently did. So you can actually check it out if you want. And you have almost like close to some playlists. If you go to any playlist, this is about soft skills series. This is about interview tips for freshers. These are interview tips for experience. Like basically Right from my first company, I've actually worked in 7 companies. 4 of them are international MNCs and 3 of them are domestic. And all these companies, whatever I have learned, it took me 13 years to learn, and I've put them in the form of these 32 videos. What are the commonly asked questions? Let it be MNC or a domestic company. And why is this question asked? And there will be a PPT. Each video will be only for 3 to 5 minutes. That means every day morning you watch one video, you will learn it. So all these videos, if you see now on my website, you have this home page. In the home page, I have given you soft skills. In case you people want to learn soft skills, when you click it, you will be connected to this channel, which is related to soft skills. And if you want to learn interview tips and you're a fresher, there are some 15 questions that you can go through. And if you're already working professional and you want to grow in your IJPs, that is internal job postings, and you want to know what are the leadership skills or team lead related skills that you need to acquire or develop, then you can actually watch the second series of it, which consists of all the questions that we ask to the mid-level interviews at assistant manager, manager level. So for all of them, in case you are planning to move from agent level to the next level, you need to develop something called as soft skills. So this series has around 22 videos on soft skills covering 20 odd chapters, and all these areas are very important and you will be tested on these areas. And I was interviewed when I applied for managerial level. I hold almost out of my 13 years, close to 4 to 5 years as a manager. And at a team handling, I have around 7 years experience. So basis my experience, whatever it took me to learn in 13 years, I try to simplify those concepts and put it here in my channel. So that is something about it. And these links will take you there to my YouTube channel. And I already explained in yesterday's session how to actually add links to your content. By adding links to your content, you can actually link your channel, any website, whatever it is. And when I talk about YouTube advertising, YouTube marketing, because that comes under social media marketing, there I'm going to touch base how you can create your videos, how you can optimize them so that they will be on top results of search results for your audience, and how you can monetize your YouTube account. All these things I'll be teaching you there. So having a website, you can earn money. Having a YouTube channel, you can earn money. Having a Facebook page, you can earn money. All these things are only possible when you have trusted traffic. Is it clear? Okay, so let's get back to the topic. I thought since somebody asked me, I thought I'll clarify it then and there. So I just moved there. So you go to, now I'm going to teach a very important concept, guys. Just watch the beauty of it. So you have this floating interface, and now see, how does it sound that if you get a number visible here? So for example, you wanted to go here and you wanted to see the count. How many people have shared your content? Or forget about how many people, how many shares happened to your website. You wanted to see something like how many people have already shared. Once you activate that button, then it will start counting. So how can we activate it? So you can simply go there, go to the dashboard. And if you go here, in the SESI social share, here is the option. I think in the miscellaneous, or 1 second, it's in the theme selection. Theme section, you go here, you will have a count of standard interface. Let me check this last. Yeah, show total shares. Just show me how many total shares for this particular page, how many total shares for this particular post. So you just need to enable this, and when you say save changes, it is giving you an important instruction here which you cannot ignore. The important instruction is, whenever you're selecting it, you need to save your Facebook app ID and secret code or in the miscellaneous section to track this. So now if you go there, now what does it mean? I'll tell you. You go here and you visit site. It will give you a picture that when you refresh it, okay, when you refresh it, it is telling there are no shares, there are 0 shares. So here it is saying 0 shares. Even if somebody tries to share it somewhere on social media platform, still the count will reflect as 0 because it is not linked to my Facebook account. Say for example, there is something called as developer. developer.facebook.com, and once you go there, you need to log in with your Facebook ID. And once you log in, there is something called as get started. One second. One second. I think I missed it. Facebook developers. See, this is what is a keyword thing that we are doing. Facebook for developers. Is this the one? Okay. So basically, there are you have to create an app here. No apps are created. So when you actually create an app, so it is asking create an app ID. See here it is asking what is the display name. Okay, so it is a social sharing. I want a count of social share count. So I'll mention it as social share count and I'll say create app ID. So once you say create app ID, it will ask you for a security check. You need to say I'm not a robot, and once you submit it, it will take you to a page like this. So here, it's very simple. You go to developers.facebook.com, and once you go to developers.facebook.com, you need to just create it. That is an app. And here, if you go to the settings, in the basic field, you get these answers. So this is the app ID. You need to copy this app ID and you need to go to website, developer dashboard, go to social sharing, just watch how it is, social sharing, and here you go to miscellaneous. Here it was telling you to share your Facebook app ID. So here you will give that Facebook app ID and you want the secret code. So probably you will go there to Facebook and you will probably take the secret code here. Okay, you take the secret code here and you simply go ahead and paste it here and Control V. And now you go down and if you save changes, now just look the beauty of it, guys. You will actually have to go to this thing, say visit site, and you just need to refresh it. And say for example, if I share it on Facebook, so let me just show you this how it works and probably SEO tools. traffic. And see, I'll just say post to Facebook. So once the posting is successful, okay, now I refresh it. It should actually give us the count actually. 1 minute. Where is it displayed? Just let's check this out. It is displayed in the floating interface. Show total shares. I didn't include it. So show total shares and say save changes. So just now let's visit site and see. And let's refresh it. See here it's coming as 0 shares. The moment you share it on LinkedIn maybe, okay? Because just now it got activated. See, can you all see this 0 shares? So this is how it will show the count. So I already shared, but it didn't count because whatever happened before will not be shown here. But however, if you are sharing it now, say for example, share post. Hi all. Website which I use to help my so I actually don't want to post it on LinkedIn, but guys, one thing is you can actually see this button got activated whenever you're posting it on Facebook or Instagram, wherever it might be. It will immediately the count will increase. So anybody who visits your website and when they're sharing it on the social media, the shares count will be displayed. So actually I'm done with the session for today. These are the basics that one should know about using social sharing buttons. This is a very important feature that will drive traffic to your content. Many people keep asking me questions, sir, how do I get traffic? You will only get traffic when you include these kind of buttons for others to share it. So now I'm open for questions and we have just 5 minutes left. And once we are done with today's session, we are done for the day. So it's going to be a half-an-hour session, and every day I'm going to teach you one new tool. And once you have access to all these tools, you can say yourself that I'm a professional digital marketer. Yes. So it's open to you. Guys, any questions? Any questions that anybody has? Any doubts? Anywhere you got stuck and you wanted to know something, you can ask. You don't have any questions? Okay, guys. So see, Monday's session is going to be very interesting because Monday's session, we will be meeting sharp 8:30 and we are going to discuss about how to create images. See, for example, if you are seeing these images now, these professional pictures, okay, like how you are actually going to use these kind of banners. How to create these banners by yourself, which you can use it on social media like a Facebook page or maybe a YouTube thumbnail or maybe a website banner. How to design this, how to design these pictures. We already learned yesterday how to prepare this scrolling banner, but to have a scrolling banner you need to have a good looking picture. So how do you create these pictures is what we are going to learn on Monday's class. And you all know that images are like bread and butter. They're like butter to the bread. So you need to ensure that you master that skill. And then when you start designing your content, trust me, you can design everything without outsourcing it to a third party or a photographer. As long as you have some template, there will be a lot of templates, free templates, and we will show you how easily you can do it without knowing any photographic skills. So that will be the session on Monday. So I think there is some chat. Anybody have any questions? They can ask me in the chat box, or we are good enough to disconnect. Great. So thank you very much, guys. Good night, and you all have a great day ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome, guys.